As of now, still the Cuomo and the 120 stores we have going to open. And the 24th is our date, and that's what we're shooting for. We'll have to wait to see how it plays out between now and then. We have about 40 in the city, and the rest of the 120 are outside the city. So we'll have to see how that all plays out. But, we have 1 million members in New York. I'm looking forward to getting them back in the stores and about 2,000 employees back to work. So a lot of good stuff ahead of us.
Yeah. Do the capacity restrictions and the mask restrictions make sense to you, or do you think they could have been more lenient?
Yeah, I think it's a great first step. I'm just happy to get open. We have many states that we're operating almost under those same stipulations, and the customer experience has been pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think it's a great first step, and we can operate perfectly fine under that scenario for the time being.
Hey, Chris, what de Blasio and New York City Hall seem to be saying is that health inspectors are the issue. They just don't have enough people to go around to the gyms, make sure that they're doing things right while also dealing with schools reopening, whatnot. Interesting bottleneck. I wonder, do you think there are other ways that they could ensure that, either using technology or some other means versus having people who would be checking schools or restaurants or whatever also having to check gyms?
One thing that we have at Planet is we have a touchless check-in. And in the app, as you bring up your barcode to check in, they ask you questions about you don't have a fever, you're not feeling fatigue, you don't have lack of taste or smell. And you have to agree to that before you get your barcode to check in. So we're doing some of that internally here at Planet. But we're open in many states now. We've got 1,500 of our 2,000 stores open. An interesting fact, we've logged 45 million workouts in the stores that have been open since May 1st, and only 137 cases of which somebody had reported back to us that they had the virus while working out, and 0 of anybody ever contracting it in our facility. So, when you walk in, I work out at my local Planet here in New Hampshire, and, I feel totally safe. People are cleaning the equipment, they're meticulously before and after. There's cleaning solution, disinfectant throughout the facility for people to use. The staff is also helping out. It's really, you feel safe once you go in. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, but I wonder, like a gym is a generally pretty wide open space. Also, you got equipment that people are using. It seems like it would be possible to allow inspectors access to a camera in a gym, access perhaps even to feeds from equipment so they could see, yeah, only 1/3 of the equipment is being used. Yeah, we can see that people are distancing in that spot or they're not. Like, I wonder if there's been any move that you've seen either in New York or other places for inspectors to use technology to help businesses open and get the economy going again.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything of that in our states, any other states yet, on any kind of camera or surveillance here to check on that. Some health inspectors have walked through the stores and have been pleased with what they've seen. We social distance people on cardio, which is technically a lot of people next to each other. So we've spread out the cardio, made every other piece inoperable. But from a technology standpoint, I haven't seen anything from the state perspective on a way to monitor that.
So who's doing the best from what you can see? And I want to separate out what's actually happening on the ground. Clearly, governments have a lot on their hands dealing with the pandemic, testing, hospitalizations, et cetera. But are there best practices that you're seeing with local and state governments actually helping businesses to open safely?
I think as long as there's a reasonable stipulation in place and in protocol of what they want, social distancing and cleanliness protocols, I think it's all doable for the time being, and I think it's a way to get gyms open and any business open for that matter, and make sure everybody's safe, whether it's the employees are safe, the communities that they serve are safe. I wouldn't say any of them are really necessarily worse or better than each other, but I think the bigger thing is to make sure that we use data going forward on making really the decisions on how do we determine what's necessary, what's essential and not essential. When I look at gyms, I look at us as really, I've always said we're almost more in the healthcare business than the gym business. We have almost 15 million members that we're getting off the couch, getting them healthy. And like I said, 45 million workouts just since May 1st. If we look at the COVID virus and who it affects the most, it's obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. We got to get people active in the U.S. And sadly, only 20% of the U.S. has a gym membership. We got to get the other 80% to get active.